Paradise Getaway.
I guess you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, do you think that Sandals have been like a game changer for St. Vincent and the Grenadines because of the powerhouse of the resort, the hotel chain itself?
Definitely. Sandals is a big player in Caribbean tourism. The voice magnifies the radio, the TV, everywhere. When Sandals opens a new property in a new destination, that's a big thing. So they have made it a big thing, and people have come to this new Sandals. They've experienced it.
So last year we had the opportunity to visit St. Vincent and the Grenadines in March, and March was around the time when Sandals opened its newest resort in the Caribbean in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I remember us doing a lot of content in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that was where some of our first viral video came out of traveling the market in Kingstown and going to the Darkview Falls. Some of those videos were some of our first viral videos. And at the time, I remember saying in some of those videos that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the Caribbean best kept secret. And that I believe, in my personal opinion, as someone that's been in the tourism industry for over 20 years, I believe that St. Vincent and the Grenadines would be the next Caribbean spot, the next hot spot within the Caribbean. So fast forward, now we're in 2025, and I'm pleased to say the numbers are coming out showing that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is definitely the new hotspot in the Caribbean. We have seen numbers like a 25% increase on arrivals in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we have also seen Sandals St. Vincent and the Grenadines becoming like the top Sandals out of all the Sandals resorts, the one in St. Vincent and the Grenadines after only 1 year, the top Sandals resort in the Caribbean. So I had the opportunity to interview a representative from the St. Vincent and the Grenadine Tourism Association, and this is what she had to say about St. Vincent and the Grenadines and how well they are doing in terms of tourism in the Caribbean. Okay, so I'm here at the Vincent picnic, and I'm talking to Shelly from the tourist board of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines have been like an emerging, like the new kid on the block in terms of tourism because of the arrival of Sandals Hotel, and I think is it not Four Seasons. There's another hotel.
Mandarin Oriental, the only one in the Caribbean. The Soho Beach House, the only one also in the Caribbean. And our international airport only opened in 2017. So we're more or less the new kid on the block in the Caribbean in that respect, apart from Dominica.
Okay, and I think this year St. Vincent and the Grenadines was ranked the most improved in tourism in the entire region. So for like a new kid on the block, that's an amazing achievement.
Definitely. We are a big eco destination, a big green destination. We have black and white sand beaches. We have 32 islands and keys. So you come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and there's so much diversity. You can sit on a black sand beach today, a white sand beach tomorrow. You could go sailing through our 32 islands. So I think it's that diversity which has presented itself because property as big as Sandals, a franchise as big as Sandals, has opened in the destination. It has just opened up people to our destination. They're able to discover something new.
Yeah, do you think that Sandals have been like a game changer for St. Vincent and the Grenadines because of the powerhouse of the resort, the hotel chain itself?
Definitely. Sandals is a big player in Caribbean tourism. The voice magnifies the radio, the TV, everywhere. When Sandals opens a new property in a new destination, that's a big thing. So they have made it a big thing, and people have come to this new Sandals. They've experienced it, and as you will see online, we have had excellent people giving really good advice to come to St. Vincent and their experience at Sandals. Vincentians are generally very friendly, so they're experiencing that. They're experiencing where the Sandals is located. It's in a valley. a very valley, green valley with a river running through it, the mountains in the background on either side and in the background. When it rains, you see the massive rainbow, in the background. It's just such an absolutely beautiful setting that when people come there, they absolutely love it.
Yes, definitely. And I just saw like Vincent Mass just wrapped up, and it was like an amazing. Just seeing all the images coming out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, even like the cruise ship docking up and people leaving the cruise ship to go take a part in the Vincent Mass.
Yeah, well, it will be more yacht charters that would have come at this time. Our cruise season ends in April, but we definitely had a bigger influx than usual this year for Carnival. We expect it to be even bigger next year, so we're looking for rooms actually to put people in. Last year, by October, November, all of our hotel rooms were booked. So it's going to be a bigger year next year. Vinci Mass is the hottest mass in the Caribbean. We just don't party normal. And I think Sandals actually had a small display on property. They had a little parade in there, so the guests had a little opportunity to experience, playing a little Vinci Mass on the property.
Yeah, and I also believe that Airbnb is a game changer in the Caribbean, and I can see the reflection of that change in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because not everyone wants to go to a resort. Sometimes people just want access to local people to kind of blend into the culture. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because of the size, because of the friendliness of the people, it is so easy to get around. So what part do you think Airbnb have played in the emergence of St. Vincent as a tourism destination?
Well, we would not be able to register the numbers that we're registering without Airbnb rooms. We don't have a big hotel stock, so the Airbnb rooms are definitely presenting themselves as a viable option, as an option that people are taking. Some people prefer to cook for themselves, immerse themselves with the people, as you know, and the Airbnb has worked well. And I think it's growing more and more.
And one of the things I love about Airbnb, because I come from the hospitality industry, I've seen it in Jamaica, I've seen it in Bermuda, and I've seen where all inclusive. Most time the impact is not the same. So with the Airbnb, what I've noticed is that the local population, people are able to change their life, like from a regular person hosting Airbnb to buying a second property and to make life-changing money. And I believe that is good for the Caribbean, that type of model. What do you think?
Yeah, it is an income earner for most people. There's some people who are overseas and only have Airbnb properties in St. Vincent, which they operate. There are people in St. Vincent who have rooms that they're using as Airbnb. They're fixing up new properties to host Airbnb. So it is a big changer, big game changer. And we just don't have the hotel stock, particularly on St. Vincent, because as I said, we're 32 islands. We have 9 inhabited islands. So we have properties on all the islands, but not necessarily Airbnb. And those people who come to St. Vincent, it's definitely, if you can't get a hotel room, it will have to be an Airbnb or an apartment or a villa or that sort.
Okay, so final question. So for someone that is watching us now and they have not heard much about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they love the Caribbean, they are Barbados, Bermuda, all over the place, and they want an option, how would you sell them with St. Vincent and the Grenadines? What are the things that they can come to St. Vincent and expect?
Okay, you can expect anything you can get on any of the other islands. We have an active volcano. You can hike an active volcano. We have nature trails. We are a very mountainous country. We are extremely mountainous. We have lots of hiking trails if you like that sort of thing. And what we're finding more and more is people want to go and discover on their own. They want to get back to nature. They want to lose the concrete jungle where they come from, and they want to find themselves. We have black sand beaches. We have white sand beaches. We have 32 islands. We have, scenic drives to go on. As I said, you wouldn't believe how mountainous St. Vincent is. We recently had Man versus Nature run. and you wouldn't. I don't think you would make it because those mountains were so high that that it was a great challenge. We have a big sailing festival. We have the Beckwith Easter Regatta. We've just started a sailing week. We have music festivals. I mean, I could go on. Vincy Mass. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. Anybody who has been to Vincy Mass this year is coming back next year. I've had people come to the booth and me they're getting ready for next year. And we in St. Vincent are getting ready to host you all. We look forward to having everybody because we're the Caribbean you're looking for and we definitely have what you want.
Okay, so thank you very much. And I can attest to that because we recently visited St. Vincent. And to me, like it's the best kept secret in the Caribbean. When you go and you go up to places like Darkview Falls, what I love mostly about St. Vincent and the Grenadines is that almost anywhere you stay, there's a view. There's a view of the ocean, there's a view of nature. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines is definitely a place to visit. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Here at Carib 21, I'm on a mission to showcase the vibrant culture and the breathtaking beauty of the Caribbean while showcasing our culture and what is trending. If you want to support me on this mission, please subscribe. And if you also want to support, you can hit the comment section and buy me a cup of coffee. In order to buy me a cup of coffee, you can follow these instructions. Just click more. You will see the link to buy me a cup of coffee. Click the link. You can purchase 1 or 2 cups of coffee and you'll be helping me to fulfill this mission. Thank you. So that was my recent interview with Shelley from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourist Board. And people watching this video might be asking, why now? And why St. Vincent and the Grenadines? So St. Vincent and the Grenadines was not accessible for most people that's trying to travel because when people in North America trying to get away for the winter, trying to get away for a weekend, they want ease of travel. But in the past, St. Vincent and the Grenadines not having the luxury of having like a real international airport with flights coming out of New York, Miami. So that was pretty much crippling for the tourism industry trying to go forward. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the past was known more for sailing. But in 2017, something happened with when the Argyle International Airport opened up and we saw more flights going into St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Because as I said before that, trying to get there would be an hassle because you would have to connect sometimes between Trinidad and Tobago. You'd have to have a connected flight from Trinidad to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And most people that are traveling to the Caribbean don't want a connected flight. They want to just fly straight. So now in 2025, 2024, you're able to fly straight from Toronto, from New York, from London, from different places around the world, around North America to get to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And with the opening of Sandals Resort last year, Sandals Resort with the marketing tool that Sandals has up their sleeve, Sandals is a game changer anywhere that they go. And we have seen that in so many different parts of the Caribbean with Sandals going and planting in those parts. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines was the latest that Sandals went, and we saw a lot of Sandals travelers emerging onto the island. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is extremely beautiful, and it's a place that is very relaxing. So if you're anywhere in North America and you're looking for a quick getaway, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the place to be. And if you want more information, just check out discoversvg.com, and there on the website you can see the new winter tourism season coming up and all the flight schedule going into St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You'll also have access to all the activities that are available in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And all the information that you're looking for about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you can get that on the Discover St. Vincent and the Grenadines page. And I can tell you based on personal experience that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is an extremely beautiful place. One of the places that if you are a traveler, this is one of the places that you would have to see. If you love the ocean, there's no better place in the world to experience snorkeling, spearfishing, whatever you want to do in the ocean. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is your place to be, with 32 different islands, with good food, loving people. And what I love the most about places like St. Vincent and the Grenadines, one of the advantages with some of the smaller islands is that everything is easy to access. The accessibility from point A to point B, that is a winner in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Like sometimes you travel and you're trying to get to an attraction, and if you're on the road for 3 hours, it takes away from your vacation. But in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, like to get from point A to point B, 30 to 40 minutes, and you're at the next hotspot. And as I said, loving people, it is very safe. You don't need to rent a car. You can take taxi, public transportation, and everywhere in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is easy to access. So, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, book your flight and thank me later. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more